Apex fans are not so happy after Respawn did it again after we've constantly been asking them to stop doing this. But maybe there's a free heirloom involved somewhere that's going to fix all these problems, right? Because we know that cosmetics are just the way to Apex fans' hearts. Well, not mine. And then, of course, talking about new events and Apex fans once again calling for certain legends to get nerfed after it looks like they are still the highest pick rate in certain category of ranks. This is weird, but a lot of things to cover in the Apex Legends news scene today. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date with all things going on in the news world. And without further ado, let's dive into what's going on right now. So first off, I wanted to mention it has been an ongoing subject that Apex fans are annoyed that Respawn continue to force us to play these new modes. And I'm not gonna lie, of course I like something that's new, but I don't like the takeover idea, and they're still doing it even though fans have continually asked to stop doing takeovers. Just make them their own modes, let people decide if they want to play this. And I get it that it's not that big of a change from normal battle royale, therefore it shouldn't be that big of a deal to just simply add, but fans don't want to play the mode, and if they don't like the mode, it continues to make them not want to get on and play because they have no other option but to play the mode. It's being forced down their throat. So this was literally just hours ago on Reddit, another discussion being had, 698 upvotes, and the conversation continues. Being forced to play the LTM is actually miserable. Respawn should not be forcing LTMs on people, he says. If I want to play battle royale, my options are limited to the toxicity of ranked or having enemies know my exact location at all times. Good point, by the way. It's an interesting mode nonetheless, but it should never replace actual BR. And let's just say, you know, he had a couple people to back him up. And one guy specifically saying, you're absolutely correct. I'm just thanking God that the swords are gone, because don't forget, they did the same thing during the Final Fantasy event. And everybody at the time thought this was going to be so amazing. It's so fun. And yeah, it was cool for a bit and it was new. But dude, we at the end of the day just want our option to play normal battle royale. I think one of the most fair points is saying that I get that they do takeovers and all, but making it for trios and duos is absolutely insane. Now, on the contrary, you may be saying, well, what about the fact that we just at least need new content and at least it's something, right? I'm there with you and I totally understand. I just think at the end of the day, we need to continue to have our options, and I don't like whenever they take those away and just limit them. I think people seem to have a much better idea and honestly a little bit more reception when it comes to the LTM being a separate mode. But can they save this with the brand new free heirloom? Now, of course, season 20 is going to be having a brand new event, and that should be to no surprise. Of course, we've had quite a bit of events in the last couple of seasons, but I gotta say, compared to back in the day, it seems like these quality of events are starting to degrade a little bit, as their agenda seems to more so get events and, you know, skins out rather than actually good content. But there seems to be a new free heirloom in the works in the way that this new event's going to work, and it looks like it might be this little artifact dagger. Now, we saw this kind of leaked earlier before the season actually even launched, like an energy sword. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about heirlooms and I love heirlooms, but I really had one big issue with this whole free heirloom. And I know some of you guys are going to destroy me in the comments for this because, oh, Jay, I've never got an heirloom, or I don't have the money for an heirloom, or I've opened all these packs and I've never got one, so I want a free one. Absolutely. But I really feel like that this could propose a problem of free heirlooms degrading the value of the heirlooms that actually cost money. And if we make heirlooms a lot more accessible and they're not as rare anymore, then is the hype still gonna be there? I'm not saying that this one heirloom is gonna chalk all the rest of the heirlooms and that we're just screwed, but I just think that we need to be careful about this route that we're taking here, because if we go too far, we just start pumping out a lot of free heirlooms for the flip side that, you know, you could just buy all this other stuff and maybe they find another way to make money in this. I just think we got to be careful with that route, but I'm interested to see if you guys agree. I know a lot of you guys are going to probably hate me for that, but of course, all of this is just teased or leaks from earlier in the last month. So obviously things can change over time. Maybe they actually hear feedback from the leaks and say, maybe we don't want to actually do that. But here was an event that actually is coming in season 20 that we even know the name of. Maybe it has something to do with this new event, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe Respawn's going in an entirely different direction. But this was pointed out by Hypermiss, called as the Noir themed collection event for season 20, and you have legendary skins for Bloodhound, Ballistic, Maggie, Lifeline, Horizon, Revenant, but there's no info on heirloom or epic skins, he says, and this is just simply a themed collection event. Will we be getting this brand new mode? Will we be getting all these map changes? changes, I do not know. But if I'm not mistaken, we haven't really had a town takeover, I don't think, in quite some time. Watson's Pylon doesn't really count to me. I don't know. I didn't really feel like it was extremely themed like you would see in the Gauntlet for Kings Canyon. I miss the old days when we got those mid-season updates with massive town takeovers and it just kind of changed the whole game. But I'm not complaining. Season 20 has been great and we've changed a lot of legend meta stuff right now, so I'm all good with it. Now, just to wrap up the video, I found it interesting that we have some crazy metas in the ALGS scene right now. One of the biggest pick rate legends is Caustic, and he's actually only sitting at a 3.6% in rank, but ALGS, it's totally different. Now, when it comes to platinum players, it seems like Conduit is still #1, and we've been complaining about this legend, Revenant as well. And I feel like we've been complaining about Conduit for quite some time, just simply not even being healthy for the game. And I'm surprised that they haven't really reworked her. I do understand that, you know, all these new perks are out and maybe things are balanced, but I'm really taking this more from a perspective of health for the game. I do not believe that Conduit is a current healthy legend for the game. I literally think that she is very unhealthy for the game with the way that her kit works. And even though she might be able to find some kind of balance with these perks, I think that she's going to need an entirely different rework in order to stop making her a cancer in this game. So interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. I literally have got to tear out right now. My wife is having crazy contractions and we're going to the hospital. So wish us luck. Time to push out this baby. And until the next time, love you all, and I'll see you later, Gators.